Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 17 of our Team Lotus F1 Manager save. Now if you didn't watch the last episode, I mean even if you just go back and watch the last 5 minutes, go back and watch it, because in Monza it was magical. It was last lap Lawson as we got our first podium at Team Lotus. Enzo Fittipaldi got P6 as well. It was a fantastic day. Max Verstappen won, but Team Lotus with the story of a fantastic day in Italy, it must be said. What did that mean for the standings? Well, it meant constructor standings wise, we're up in P6, but we're now only 2 points off of Aston Martin, who are 2 points ahead of us in P5. Mercedes in P4, that's a bit of a stretch, but we are looking very, very good indeed. Driver standings wise, we have a driver in the top 10 in Liam Lawson on 38 points. Max Verstappen's leading by 40 points from Charles Leclerc. It's been a very, very decent season so far. We'll bring you the F2 and F3 on Tuesday's episode, but this weekend we do head to Baku. Used to be a sprint circuit, but not anymore by the looks of things. So 51 laps around here. We have got sunshine planned all weekend in Azerbaijan. Top speed and acceleration are crucial, as well as some low speed cornering. Expect a strategy. Normally it's a one stop, but safety cars are particularly prevalent around this street circuit. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming close to the cost cap as well, which we're just monitoring. We might break the cost cap in this first season, but if we do, I'm just making sure that we've got the parts manufactured. We've got a lot of manufacturing going off at this moment in time in Norfolk, which you can see chassis, front wing, side pods. We're making sure we've got all the parts to see out the season. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we've got 9 Grand Prix left. I've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 8 Grand Prix left. We want to make sure that we've got the parts for all of them. So ladies and gentlemen, can we back up another podium here in Azerbaijan? It's going to be tough, but I'm going to get through practice and I'll see you in qualifying for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Final laps in Q2 then. Liam Lawson very much full of confidence after Monza. DRS wide open. Can he get into Q3 here? It's not really been our circuit so far in terms of pace, although he does go provisional P10. What can Fittipaldi do? It looks like he's a little bit of a way off at this moment. It's going to be all eyes really on what George Russell can do, but Enzo Fittipaldi crosses the line, goes P13. It's all eyes on George Russell to see if he can knock Liam Lawson out of the outer qualifying. It would be disappointing for Lawson if he didn't make it into Q3, but I would expect the Mercedes of George Russell to beat Liam Lawson. Let's have a little look as he crosses the line. Where does Russell go? He goes P7, so both cars out in Q2. And Checo Perez, who's won at this circuit before, will be on pole position. Charles Leclerc are in P2. Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz make up the second row. And let's get to the strategy. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, P11, P13, we are going to be doing a two-stop. It is going to be a mix of soft and medium tyres. Liam's going to be starting on the softs, then onto the mediums, then onto the softs at the end, whereas Fittipaldi starts on the softs, goes onto another set of softs, and then to the mediums at the end. We took a little bit of fuel out. We're expecting a safety car or two, but P11, P13, let's get to 5 red lights.
And with his helmet on, that trademark smile is gone. But now's the time to focus.
Sitting in 22nd with a long and difficult race lying ahead, sure to be a test of resilience and patience.
Here we go. It's time to go racing. This is what you've been waiting for. It's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And it's lights out. And away we go!
And away we go, and straight away we can see Checo Perez. Did he get a decent start? He certainly did, as did Max Verstappen on that outside line. Is there going to be a crash into turn 1? Not quite. Liam Lawson keeping it around the outside of George Russell, starting on the soft compound tyre, where you would expect to be able to negotiate the 3 cars in front of him with Liam Lawson. He's already negotiated a couple of them in Hamilton and Russell. Liam Lawson up to P9 straight away. Fittipaldi right on the back of George Russell. Can he possibly go for a move here as we ride on board with Enzo Fittipaldi? Will he fancy a move? Not quite at this moment in time, but both Lotuses on the soft compound tyre. A lot of the front runners are as well, but Norris, Tsunoda and Alonso could prove the roadblock here. Lap 1, Verstappen into P2. Liam Lawson already getting to work on negotiating some of these medium compound runners, and he's just got past Fernando Alonso. Lovely work from Liam Lawson up into, I believe that's P9 are we looking at? No, P8 now. And he's 1.4 seconds behind Norris and Tsunoda, of which he's going to want to get into the DRS pretty quickly. Is Liam Lawson. He's doing his utmost to, but he's got Fernando Alonso breathing down his neck. Will there be a move here from Fernando Alonso? There might possibly be, and he just keeps it clean around the outside. Meanwhile, Fittipaldi still pushing on and getting past George Russell. Enzo Fittipaldi has got past Fernando Alonso once again. It's been very, very tough at this early stages. I won't suggest we're fighting for a podium today, ladies and gentlemen, but Fittipaldi passed Alonso. He feels good, as he always does, Enzo Fittipaldi. But we've just had a crash on circuit, and it's George Russell. George Russell's not had the best of seasons in that Mercedes. Let's just have a little look at where he does here. I mean, it's very, very poor. He just didn't turn the car. George Russell not impressed with that at all. Lawson in P7 at the moment. Can't seem to catch Tsunoda. He's managed to get past Norris. We're now going to tell him to push on and try and catch up to Tsunoda. Meanwhile, Fittipaldi trying to catch Hamilton. Fittipaldi has got Lewis Hamilton. Let's have a little look at this here. Fittipaldi, it's lovely work. DRS wide open. Hamilton can't cope with, and the Team Lotus car is past Lewis Hamilton once again. Beautiful work for Enzo Fittipaldi. We've just had a crash on circuit as well. Liam Lawson at the minute, he's fighting with Oscar Piastri while harvesting ERS. He's not doing well at all. Gasly has crashed into turn 1. Let's have a little look at what's happened here then. Pierre Gasly on the medium compounded tyre. It looks like he's got George Russell behind him. He just carries straight on at turn 1. And for some reason didn't actually turn to the right rather than the left and managed to save the car. But Fittipaldi running in the points at this moment in time. Lawson, like I said, just topping up his battery. He's quite happy with the position he's in at this moment in time. He's doing enough with these tyres. Fittipaldi managing them beautifully. Lap 6. There's a battle emerging here between the young Aussie and the young Kiwi, because Oscar Piastri and Liam Lawson are going at it around the streets in Baku this afternoon. And as we can see, Piastri just getting down the inside there from the helicopter cam. But what this is doing, this sharing of DRS, is allowing Liam Lawson to just tag onto the back of him. Remember, Piastri's on the soft compound tyre too, but we've pulled a 5.4 second gap to Yuki Tsunoda. Norris is down in P8, not having a particularly nice time, whereas Fittipaldi, again, just topping up his ERS at the minute and sitting in behind Lando Norris. It's all looking rather promising at the moment. Lap 9, Leclerc leads from Perez. Verstappen has a mechanical fault. Another crash on track. Amazingly, we've not had a safety car yet. We're looking at Zhou Guanyu. Just takes that curve a little bit too much and does the exact same as what George Russell did. Now, that's interesting because that's not caused a safety car. We've got a few cars down at the back. But Piastri is still in P6 with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. We're going to watch Liam Lawson overtaking Oscar Piastri. DRS down into turn 1. And this is helping him out. This little bit of DRS, if they're clever about it, these two, they can build the gap to the cars behind and maybe build the gap to the cars in front, because at the moment they're only 5 seconds away from Carlos Sainz. You wouldn't write them off catching them up. You can see they're still going at it side by side at this moment in time. Fittipaldi in P9. Zhou's got damage now. We've got another yellow flag on circuit. We're just waiting to see if we're going to have a safety car, which we're possibly not again. Oh, and it's Charles Leclerc now. This is going to get tasty. This is the battle for the lead here in Baku. Charles Leclerc, and they just touch, and it slows all the leaders down. I don't know who's got damage there out of the front three. We're looking at this moment. Perez. Has Perez got his front wing all together? Leclerc seems to be fine, as does Verstappen. Perez, I think, has a little bit of damage on the front left of that wing. And this could bring into play Lawson and Sainz and Piastri. We have got a safety car on track, and we're just going to have a look at the incident, but both Lotus cars are going to be pitting this lap. Kevin Magnussen fighting with the kicks. How many incidents has Kevin Magnussen has had? A shocking season. I can't believe how bad he's been, if I'm honest, Kevin Magnussen. It's a good job Gunter Steiner isn't still involved, because he'll be smashing a few things up, one would imagine. But everybody's going to be pitting. Norris, Tsunoda and Hamilton managed to get in from the medium compounded tyre. They're going on to the hard compounds. Are they going to make this their one and only stop? We've got to go around again, but ensure that we manage a decent double stack here. This is going to be an interesting moment in this race. We cannot afford a bad pit stop here. Lawson, Fittipaldi and Norris and Piastri all in. The front runners all into the pits. Interesting to see what tyres everyone's going on to this. I mean, look at the hold there for the Red Bull as well. Right, guys, let's hope that this is a decent pit stop. Fittipaldi cruising in behind him as well. Liam Lawson, the Jackman, is ready. We've not got a very good camera angle of it now. We have. That looks decent. It's a very good stop indeed. 2.5 seconds for Liam Lawson. Will Fittipaldi be afforded the same courtesy? It's a little bit slower, 2.8, but we will take that all day long. Lando Norris was already carrying on. Fittipaldi comes out in front of him. Lawson back out in P5. That has worked an absolute charm for the Lotus guys. Well done to the pit crew. We'll come back when we're back to green flag running. Safety car is ending and we are just waiting for Max Verstappen to get us back underway here on the streets of Baku. And it's got to be said, Liam Lawson and Fittipaldi are both in a lovely position now once again. It's green flag running. When is Max Verstappen going to bolt away? Hulkenberg's got an issue. He must have, to be fair, the tyres were absolutely overheating during that safety car period. But here we go. Verstappen leads us away from Charles Leclerc. Sainz in P3. Liam Lawson is the man we're watching in P5 at this minute. Can Liam Lawson do anything to attack the cars in front of him? Straight away into turn one, we're having a little look at Checo Perez. Fittipaldi behind as well, looking at Piastri. But it's going to be interesting if Liam Lawson can make a move early doors in this stint. And no sooner had we got underway, we were back under safety car conditions because Fernando Alonso has just done this. And I mean, that is a pretty bad accident, to be fair. That could have been a red flag. But Fernando Alonso not best impressed at all. So we are back once again to safety car conditions. We're back to green flag running once again, and we are going to ride on board again with Liam Lawson to see if he can get a decent jump on the cars in front of him, especially Checo Perez. He did a decent restart last time. Will he manage it again this time? Liam Lawson looking left and right down the start finish straight. Looks like Carlos Sainz potentially going for a move for the lead. We're just going to flick to that action because Verstappen and Sainz are battling it out for the lead here in Azerbaijan. Verstappen looks like he's just about got him covered. Lawson into P5. Fittipaldi had a good restart as well. Piastri was having a little look at Lawson. Didn't quite manage it. That's helped our strategy a little bit going on to the softs at the end. But lap 21, we've had 2 safety cars already. Will there be any more? Now, this hasn't caused a safety car, but it nearly did because Daniel Ricciardo has crashed. We've seen a few cars doing this today, just not managing to get the car turned. I don't know if there's some dirt or marbles or something around there, but we're now just steadying everything down again on the tyres, making sure we can get the tyres in the right window until that DRS reopens. But Liam Lawson cannot keep up with the Red Bulls, but Piastri's chasing him down. And Piastri was chasing him down. He's managed to get the overtake done. DRS enabled. And Oscar Piastri pulled to the left-hand side. And Liam Lawson had no answer to it. But these two guys, remember, were fighting all the way before the safety cars. I'm sure they're going to be doing it again. Lawson now can sit in the DRS and hopefully just calm his tyres down a little bit. There's battles happening everywhere at this moment in time. Oscar Piastri and Liam Lawson, you're watching again. He gets very, very close again. My word, if they're going to go side by side through the castle section, they are, and they do very, very well. I think Lawson backed out of it, which I'm actually quite chuffed that he did. But Liam Lawson still sat behind Piastri at this moment in time, just ensuring that he sticks with him. We've had to give him a couple of little bursts of ERS just to ensure that he sticks with the Aussie driver, but he's doing it so far. We'll just do this again now just to make sure he does. Fittipaldi's fighting with Norris quite a bit at this moment in time, but again, looking after his tyres well, the young Brazilian driver. Lap 26, Verstappen leads, but he's got a mechanical fault, and more worryingly, so is Charles Leclerc. Lap 31, pit window has just opened, and as you can see, Lawson and Piastri are still going at it. And was that a bit of contact from Oscar Piastri on Liam Lawson? Now, I would suggest that there was contact. Now, was there any damage to Oscar Piastri's car? Let's have a little look at this here. So Liam Lawson goes through. Now, remember, he was squeezed out a little bit earlier. I think there was a car's width there, but let me know down in the comments what you think. Piastri does run into the back of Lawson, and I do wonder if Piastri has got any damage. We're just going to have a little look at the front wing if we possibly can on Liam Lawson's car. There may be slight damage. Meanwhile, Liam Lawson pulls away. Fittipaldi's been burning his tyres up a little bit in these last few laps, trying to catch up with Lewis Hamilton, and we do have a virtual safety car, which will mean we'll be pitting this lap. We've got another crash on circuit. It's Esteban Ocon. Now, the incident between Lawson and Piastri is under investigation at the moment, but this is what's caused a virtual safety car. We are going to try and get the softs towards the end. It's a little bit long for the softs, but I do reckon we could probably make them last. So at this moment in time now, both cars are going to be coming in this lap for a set of soft compound tyres. A couple of cars have chosen to go on, namely Verstappen and Perez have decided to carry on. But Lawson is into the pits. Fittipaldi is also coming into the pits as well. So Liam Lawson, we need another couple of good stops from the Team Lotus boys here. Let's have a look and see what happens. Into the pits comes Liam Lawson. Please get 2 good stops in, boys, here. This could be crucial in the grand scheme of things because Oscar Piastri has stayed out on the medium compounded tyres, so we're out on the softs. Fittipaldi comes in. Is it a decent stop for him? Come on, boys. Yes, it is. Good stops all round. The pit stops have seemed to be working for us at this moment in time. Our cars both come back out. But Liam Lawson, where has Liam Lawson come out? Let's just have a quick look at this if we can move this guy. Liam Lawson's come out in P10. He's behind Tsunoda and Stroll, but we've got a cheap pit stop in here. This could work well for us. Now, Liam Lawson has done fantastically well off that restart because he's managed to get past both cars that he came out behind of. And a little caveat to that, you'll notice there's a Red Bull in front of Liam Lawson. That is because Checo Perez decided to pit just as the safety car was ending. And now Liam Lawson is right on the back of that Red Bull. That's going to work a treat for Liam Lawson, who's in the DRS. Hopefully he can stay there and just look after his tyres. Meanwhile, Fittipaldi as well. He's doing okay in P11. He's currently in a bit of clean air, is Fittipaldi, and using the tyres accordingly. But Liam Lawson, this works very, very well indeed for the young Brazilian driver. Liam Lawson's overtaken Checo Perez. He's also overtaken Lewis Hamilton. Liam Lawson is having an absolute blinder here in Azerbaijan. Maybe we should have fought a little bit harder to keep this man on the past couple of Grand Prix performances. And the fact that Checo Perez is now behind him gives us scope to try and push away here. Piastri has not had a very good strategy call here. I think we've got this bang on. Fittipaldi 5.2 seconds behind. Norris yet to pit. They're going to be quick at the end, but they're not quick now. Liam Lawson has managed to overtake Checo Perez, and this is crucial because you'll notice, just as we flick back to the replay, there's a McLaren in front of him. So this is lovely work from Liam Lawson. He gets past Checo Perez. The man you can see in front of him is Oscar Piastri, who has yet to pit. We've pit under those VSC conditions, and Liam Lawson has nearly got in at the DRS of Piastri. Perez takes that place back, but this is working very, very well indeed for Liam Lawson. We're actually going to go a little bit aggressive here because we think if we could stay in front of Checo Perez, this might work well for us, but Perez seems to have just done enough to get in front. But Lawson is still going at it. We're going to tell him to deploy because if he gets the DRS off Oscar Piastri, he may be able to overtake him and leave Checo Perez behind. That is the plan at least. Crucial moment coming up here. It's Lawson, Piastri and Perez, and Liam Lawson gets the better of both of them, and he's up into P3. Wonderful driving from Liam Lawson, and again this is looking very, very promising indeed. Fittipaldi is 4.5 seconds off Verstappen at the moment, but looking after his tyres beautifully. Liam Lawson up into P3 with Checo Perez chasing. Verstappen has got Liam Lawson. The Red Bull's pace has finally shown, but he's given such a good account of himself today as Liam Lawson. You can see Verstappen here. It does get a little bit aggressive going into that corner, but it's fair play to Verstappen, who gets past him rather well. Now, let's just have a quick look at where we are on circuit, because we are getting the DRS, I believe, once again off these two guys. Oscar Piastri must be ruining his decision not to come into the pits, and he's got to come into the pits surely at some point. He's in now, is Oscar Piastri, so he's ran very, very long. Enzo Fittipaldi is just charging his battery up as well a little bit to ensure that if he does have to fight this guy towards the end, he can do so. Let's see if it's a decent pit stop from the McLaren boys. It looks like it is. So Piastri's going to come out. Is he going to come out behind Russell? You'd suggest he is. Is he going to come out behind Hamilton? You would suggest he is. Oscar Piastri is down to P9. It's P5 and P6 for the Team Lotus boys. We've got 10 laps to go. Oscar Piastri is trying to make up for lost time. He's not going to catch Liam Lawson today. He might catch Fittipaldi, but when he does catch Fittipaldi, Fittipaldi's tyres aren't dead just yet, and he's going to have full battery to fight him with 5 laps to go. Lawson now 2.7 seconds off Perez. It's going to be P5, but Fittipaldi's got a very quick McLaren on his tail. Piastri has caught Fittipaldi, and unfortunately there was nothing he could do. Look at the overspeed he gets here. He actually lifts off a little bit as well. does Oscar Piastri, but he manages to get past. However, as we cut back to the live action, we said to Fittipaldi, we're not standing for that. We fancy that place back, and he is attacking Oscar Piastri with all his might at this moment in time. Don't get me wrong, I'd be quite happy with a P7, but Fittipaldi is doing the business, and we're just going to tell him, you always defend. Now, we want to make sure that Piastri suffers in this final 3 laps. George Russell is on 51%, 57% tyres. It's all eyes on Fittipaldi to see if he can make this work towards the end of the Grand Prix. Final lap then of the Grand Prix, and we thought it were going to be a grandstand finish. At this moment in time, Oscar Piastri, he's nowhere near Fittipaldi. Fittipaldi managed to get back past him. We didn't get a replay, but we also caught up to some back markers, which meant that we managed to build the gap to 2.4 seconds to Piastri. Oscar Piastri is going to be fuming with his engineers today because they have not given him the strategy required. Meanwhile, Liam Lawson is in P5, just cruising round this final lap, and what a performance it's been. Carlos Sainz has been fantastic. He's in P1, Leclerc's in P2, Verstappen has got a mechanical fault. He's just about keeping the battle with Perez alive at this minute. Checo Perez struggling to get past his teammate. This could be one hell of a run down to the finish line as they go through the castle section for just one more time. Verstappen's in P3 and Perez is in P4. Lawson P5 at the minute. Fittipaldi is doing just enough to keep Piastri in P7, but let's keep an eye on Verstappen and Perez, because Perez is going to fancy a run at it. This down to the checkered flag. Verstappen's he's not got a completely working Red Bull, and Perez is going to get DRS. We're just keeping an eye on the gap between Piastri and Fittipaldi as well. But here comes Checo Perez as Fittipaldi pushes to the line now. But Checo Perez, is he going to get Max Verstappen? He's running up to the line here. DRS will be enabled. He pulls to the right hand side. It's going to be a photo finish between the two Red Bull drivers. Who is going to get it? Checo Perez is going to get the podium. Liam Lawson is coming down the start finish straight. He is going to get P5 on a string of impressive performances for Team Lotus, and Fittipaldi will come across the line at P6. Another stonking result for the Team Lotus team, and it's got to be said, we got that strategy bang on.
Formula One's newest team, shattering all expectations here.
I tell you what, they had to work hard for those points today. What a phenomenal achievement that is.
The team has been waiting patiently there, and you can see just how much it means to each and every one of them. And with that, the Sainz name remains engraved in F1 history.
What an excellent way to take a second win of the season with a composed performance today.
Decent performance indeed from Carlos Sainz. Checo Perez looking frustrated, as he should be, because that safety car pit stop, very, very strange indeed. Carlos Sainz wins from Charles Leclerc, Perez P3, Max Verstappen in P4, Liam Lawson P5 and Fittipaldi P6. 18 points for Team Lotus once again. Piastri P7, Russell in P8, then comes Norris and Stroll. All the way at the bottom, Ocon, Alonso, Zhou Guanyu, Hulkenberg and Sargent all failing to complete the Grand Prix. Drivers standings wise, Liam Lawson overtakes Lance Stroll. He's now on 48 points, is Liam Lawson. We go to Enzo Fittipaldi in P11. He's on 33 points now. Verstappen leads from Charles Leclerc, who gained a little bit on him during this weekend, and Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris still just about in it. Constructors standings wise, Ferrari are still leading, but 568 points, place 532 for P1. Team Lotus are up to 5th in the constructors standings. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you've enjoyed it once again. Please do like and subscribe, and I shall see you on the next one. Ta-ra!